It is a schematic of a second order filter. We are implementing this circuit in a starter kit. We have used the spare op-amp present in the IC and external resistors for our implementation. Now looking at the circuit, had the op-amps be ideal, we would have got constant magnitude and phase plots with respect to the frequency. But here we are going to observe the frequency response of the circuit and how the finite gain bandwidth of the op-amp affects it. For the first part of our experiment, we will be providing a sinusoidal input voltage of 500 millivolt peak to peak. For higher peak to peak voltage, we observe that the output is suffering some from distortion and saturation. Thus, we will keep this maximum peak to peak voltage constant. Now, keeping the input voltage constant, we will vary the frequency from 1 kHz to 1 MHz. For every frequency, we will observe the magnitude of output voltage and the phase difference between output and input. Now let's get for the 1 kHz. Now the first one is the input and the second one is the output. Here you can observe the magnitude of the input and output are same. Let's see how it gets to the phase. See, for the lower frequency 1 kHz, the input and the output have this zero phase difference between them and the magnitudes are almost equal. Now as we will go for higher frequencies, we will observe the variations in the output with respect to the input. We will first change the frequency. First we will go for 100 kHz. Now for 100 kHz, this is the input and the output. Now let's see how the output magnitude have changed over the input. You see that some form of phase difference has been introduced between input and the output. Thus, we can infer that as we go for higher frequencies, the phase difference between the input and the output decreases. Here it is not perfectly overlapping with the input. Now going for even higher frequencies like 300 kilohertz. Now here it is the input and here it is the output. Now see, as we move the output upward to the input, the phase difference is now significant, and even there is a change in the magnitude of the output voltage with respect to the input. Thus we can infer that accordingly we increase the frequency, the phase difference increases, as well as the magnitude also changes with respect to the input. Now going for the highest frequency, 1 MHz. And look at the output signal. It has completely attenuated and is reaching nearly zero with respect to the input. Even if you look at the phase difference, there has been quite a phase difference between them right now. And if you look at the magnitude with respect to the same division, look at them. Thus, we can infer that it is a low pass filter and it is acting in attenuating the higher frequency signals. Even the attenuation is greater than what we observed in simulation because of all high frequency attenuation caused by those transmission lines that we have used throughout the circuit. Now for our second part of the experiment, we will give a square wave of 1 volt peak to peak and frequency 100 Hz, and we will observe the transient response of it. For a square wave input of 100 Hz and 1 volt peak to peak, we observe the transient response is same like that of the square wave. Thus we infer that the transient response looks quite like a square wave with some form of duty cycle. Thanks to the Texas Instruments for providing us a starter kit and the opportunity for conducting this experiment.